The story of our planet's shifting climate is intricate, and its transforming hand may be felt in every corner of the globe. Human-caused climate change has emerged as one of the most pressing problems of the modern era. Let's set out on an adventure to see the many different ways this phenomenon has impacted the planet. Their experiences shed light on the real-world effects of climate change and emphasize the critical need for collective action. One. Maldives, a vanishing paradise. Natural beauty characterizes the Maldives, a series of Indian Ocean islands. For generations, this island nation has been called last paradise on Earth due to its stunning beaches, pristine oceans, and plentiful marine life. This beautiful utopia hides a terrible reality shaped by climate change. The tropical paradise of the Maldives could be swept away by rising sea levels, sending a devastating message to the world. The Maldives, with 26 atolls and 1,000 coral islands, is one of the lowest-lying nations. Most of the islands are submerged. Climate change, especially global warming-induced sea level rise, is extremely harmful to the Maldives due to their geographical vulnerability. As polar ice caps melt and ocean waves rise due to warming temperatures, the Maldives face a race against time. Coastal erosion harms several islands in the Maldives. Rising waves degrade the coastline, devouring more land each year. More king tides, or extremely high tides, are flooding low-lying communities. These tides devastate property, contaminate water, and degrade land, leaving prosperous communities defenseless. Maldives coral reefs are famous for their marine life and color. Climate warming is raising water temperatures worldwide, causing coral bleaching. Corals are less healthy and more vulnerable to disease when their symbiotic algae are depleted due to stress. This degrades the aquatic environment and disrupts marine ecosystems, endangering local fisheries and tourists. As coastal areas collapse and residences are flooded, many Maldivians may become climate refugees. Even though a few households have moved to islands that are safer, more evacuation is probably ahead. A danger could have major social and economic effects on Maldivian society because of its unbroken connection to the land and water. The Maldives problem should alert the globe. An alarming reminder that global climate action is required. Number 2. Thirsty lands, drought-stricken California, USA. California, once the country of abundance, faces catastrophic water problems exacerbated by climate change. Despite its reputation for technological innovation, agricultural brilliance, and natural beauty, California's drought is wreaking havoc on its people, nature, and economy. Climate change has created a complex story of resiliency, innovation, and the urgent need for sustainable solutions in this desert region. California has had droughts before, but changing weather patterns have increased their frequency and severity. Long droughts have shrunk reservoirs, dried rivers, and withered agriculture fields. Freshwater is essential for life, agriculture, and commerce in California. Due to rising temperatures, snowpack is dissolving prematurely. Agriculture thrives in California's Central Valley, known as the breadbasket of the nation. This agricultural hub has suffered greatly from the drought. Producers must decide how to irrigate water-intensive crops like almonds and grapes during the drought. Farmers have abandoned fields due to water constraints, lowering production, losing jobs, and raising food costs. Due to drought, the once green agricultural landscape is now gray. Drought causes dry fuel and vegetation, worsening wildfires. Due to sparse vegetation and long dry seasons, California hills and woodlands are prone to natural fires. Hot weather and climate change are increasing the likelihood of wildfires, which burn homes, wildlife habitats, and wilderness. Smoke, sky, and charred terrain show how global warming, drought, and extreme weather are linked. Californians are overcoming these challenges with incredible resilience and innovation. Drought-resistant crop cultivation, enhanced irrigation, and water conservation are necessary. Desalination and water reuse schemes are transforming how cities receive water. California funds climate research and renewable energy to mitigate climate change. Number 3. Melting glacier on Tanzania's Mount Kilimanjaro. Africa's greatest peak, Mount Kilimanjaro, shines in the light above the African lowlands. Generations have been drawn to its snowy top, but it hides a tragic tragedy. Climate change is eroding Mount Kilimanjaro's glaciers, once a symbol of eternal beauty. Kilimanjaro's history mirrors the urgent need for worldwide environmental protection once glaciers recede. Thus, Mount Kilimanjaro glaciers are melting rapidly. These glacial titans are fading after millennia of construction. Global warming is the main cause of climate change. Kilimanjaro's glaciers will melt quicker and produce less snow as temperatures rise, causing them to disappear. This practice destroys the mountain's unique profile and affects nearby ecosystems and villages' water supply. East Africa needs Kilimanjaro to survive. Rivers nourished by melting glaciers support a diverse plant and animal population. The melting of these glaciers threatens downstream ecosystems, agricultural areas, and wildlife habitats. Farmers that depend on mountain water face challenges, and the region's fragile flora and fauna is damaged. The Kilimanjaro alterations are a terrifying reminder of how climate change is affecting all life. Number 4. The Amazon's cry, the Brazilian rainforest at risk from global warming. The Amazon rainforest, known as the lungs of the earth, is in crisis. Brazil, where the majority of this ecological wealth is located, is experiencing an ecological catastrophe. The Amazon's cry is a terrible reminder of climate change, deforestation, and human activity destroying one of the world's most biodiverse places. The Amazon rainforest in Brazil, home to many plant and animal species, is at risk of unparalleled deforestation. Large trees, some decades old, are being taken down for lumber, farming, and roads. Massive tree cutting has severe effects. Cutting down forests releases centuries-old carbon dioxide into the air. In addition to speeding global warming, this threatens countless plant and animal species, some of which may never be found. There are 16,000 species and 390 billion Amazon trees. It protects 10% of the world's species, making it a biodiversity hotspot. Widespread forest destruction disrupts this balance. Many life-saving plants are killed before scientists can study them. Brazil and the globe have heard the Amazon's cry as biodiversity faces an unprecedented threat. The Amazon's cry reflects climate change and tree destruction. Standing trees absorb carbon dioxide, a major greenhouse gas. Cutting down plants releases carbon into the air, intensifying the greenhouse effect. So, droughts and forest fires grow increasingly prevalent and catastrophic. Number 5. Climate migrants, Bangladesh. Bangladesh, recognized for its colorful culture and friendly hospitality, faces an unparalleled challenge in the lush delta of the Ganges, Brahmaputra, and Meghna rivers. Rising sea levels caused by climate change are changing the land and the lives of millions of people. Climate migrants have infiltrated the language as sea levels rise and extreme weather events increase. These resilient people are the first climate change refugees to flee their homes. Their migration and adaptability experiences urge the world to recognize the human aspect of climate change and the need for global solidarity. Bangladesh, barely above sea level, is vulnerable to climate change. Rising sea levels are destroying coastal communities. Warming waters are making cyclones more violent and unpredictable. Climate change is a reality for Bangladeshis today. Climate migration in Bangladesh is mostly human-driven, not statistical. Families, generations tied to the land, must leave. Riverbank erosion ruins homes and salinizes farmland, making it useless. Conclusion: a call to collective action. The reports from around the globe paint a vivid picture of how people are being impacted by climate change. The evidence is obvious: glaciers are melting from high peaks, and islands are vanishing beneath rising tides. The necessity for immediate action in the world is more evident than ever. We currently have a crucial decision to make that will impact future generations. It's a call to action to support laws that lower greenhouse gas emissions, live sustainably, switch to renewable energy, and preserve our forests. Although climate change is a significant issue, it is not inevitable. We can change what happens by cooperating internationally, teaching others, creating new ideas, and wanting to change together. Let us be motivated and inspired by those stories to work together across beliefs and boundaries. Our planet can only be saved by cooperation, and that is the only option. Both for ourselves and the next generation, we can accomplish this. Action must be taken now. Climate change affects us all. What changes have you made in your life to combat it? Share your eco-friendly tips in the comments below, and let's learn from each other.